Good afternoon, everyone. This video is all about rubric, how to create a simple rubric for your projects, for your classwork. And for today, I will cover for you 3 examples of rubrics that I have created. It's actually very simple, and that's my goal for today, how to actually guide you in creating a very quick and simple rubric for your students. I'm going to remove my webcam so you can focus on the item I'm sharing. So what's a rubric first? So a rubric is a scoring guide that guides the students to how they'll be graded of the work that they have done. And there are a few things that you just need to remember. You need to know what are the things that you would want to grade in the work of the student. So in this example, this is a cell analogy project my students have created. I wanted to grade them based on the concept that they have included. I also wanted to, I wanted to have them um, focus on the concept. I wanted them to submit a work that's neat, and I want them to show some artistry and creativity in their work. And I also give them participation. So anyone who's done the project, I give them an automatic 1 point. Now you will see here I only have 3 points. 1, 2, 3. So considering that I have three items: artistry, neatness, and concept, that makes it 9 points for to get a perfect score. The first thing that you have to remember is the median, the middle point. How many is the passing or just the okay for you? So in this case, I put a number. I put a specific one, which is 2. So 2 concepts are included. What concepts did I want them to include in their analogy project? I wanted them to have the the concept for the animal cell, which is a label drawing, and I wanted them to also include plant cell. And I also wanted them to do an analogy which makes complete sense and is written in complete sentence. So if that is my standard, the only thing that I need to do is, if I'm giving them a lower score, a 1, then I just need to reduce that 2 to a 1. And then if I need to make it a higher point, I say all. So you're basically changing some key terms here for the description of your rubric. Now for the neatness, you will see here the keywords. Everything else will be the same. Do you see that? So for my median, I put somehow. And then for the 1 point, not so. And for the perfect, I put so neat. So everything else is similar. Okay? So neat and presentable, I'll be proud to claim it as mine. For the average, somehow neat and presentable, I'll be okay to claim it as mine. So you sort of paraphrase the sentence there. And then for the fail, not so neat and presentable, I refuse to claim it as mine. Now for the last item, artistry, again, do you see the key terms? For the average, I put limitedly. And then the high point is used, and this one is hardly used. This gives the kid a total or perfect point of 10 points for this project. I'm going to show you a second example of the rubric. Again, 2 key things that you just have to remember. Consider what you wanted to grade them. Okay? What are the categories in short? So in this case, it's a project rubric. I wanted to grade them based on concept, on design, and their presentation, because they have to present in class. And again, I give them 1 point for automatically given 1 point for participation. What concepts did I want them to include? So these are the guides. So the students know that when they're creating this project rubric that they have to cover all these topics. And I said here for the median, I always start with the middle. I say all concepts discussion are included but with minor mistakes. And then for the perfect, all concept discussion are included and correct. And for the 1, some concept discussion are missing and with few mistakes. Play around with your middle middle ground and see how you could improve that. Use key terms like all, everything, very well, or just like the example I gave you. Now you can see here for the second one also, design is somehow suited. And then for the best, its design is very well suited. And for the not so much, its design is not suited. All right, let me show you the third example, which is a timeline rubric. You see, this is very short. Again, rubric need not to be so complicated. Small or short keywords, short phrases would be great so that the students can really focus on what they wanted or what they needed to do in order to get that high point. So for their timeline, I told them in the instruction to include the events, to include the date, and then to present it in their own way, but a neat and presentable way. And again, I gave them presentation points. So you can see here, events, includes events, or include events from the origin of COVID-19 to its spread to different places around the world. So that's my instruction. And then for my median, I put average. For the best, I put awesome. And then for the not so much is you can do better. And then for the date, clearly specified dates for each event in the timeline. For my median, I put you're missing a few. And then for the high, I put on track. And the middle, have you lost track of time? So something like you just play around with the words, but always start with the middle. So basically that is rubric, and very importantly, whenever you're giving work, project, and especially with a remote teaching setup and you're giving a specific project or work to the kids, students need to know a guide on how they will achieve that high score. And for us teachers, we need to give that rubric so that there will be no questions in the end. And you also are telling the kids on how to do better. Thank you for listening, and I hope you learned from this short video on rubric.